What's up, guys? Alright, it's my first video for YouTube. Hope this whole thing goes well, you know. But, I've been sitting around, I've been playing Path of Exile since open beta, and I've been wondering, like, how can I make YouTube videos for Path of Exile? Because Path of Exile isn't like Call of Duty or anything like that, where you just commentate over, like, you know, you playing a game, you know? You can't just commentate over you doing a map. So I thought, why don't I upload YouTube videos of my input on the game, builds and guides and everything like that. So I think today is a good day to start out, since we have a patch tonight. Let me pull up the patch. It's 0.10.2 patch notes, and we'll see this patch is doing a lot. First, it's adding a new intelligence skill, which is called Incinerate, which is going to be awesome. I cannot wait for this. It's mostly, if you guys play the game, there's these things called Void Bears in Act 3 docks, right? It's mostly the skill they use, which usually a lot of people die to them, right? The skill that they use is not going to be available for us to use. And it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. And there's more patch notes about how they're changing Cleave, Glacial Hammer, Double Strike, Infernal Blow, Heavy Strike, etc., etc. But the one thing, besides, there's two things I love about this patch. Actually, three. One, the skill. Two, they're nerfing Poison Arrow and Fire Trap in early stages of the game. So that means all you people who are into racing, the people who use Poison Arrow and Fire Trap aren't going to be able to do it anymore, because it's still not going to be valuable. It's not going to be as viable. If you can pull off top 10 with only using those two, I applaud to you, alright? But the main thing I'm very excited about is this Duelist upgrade. They're upgrading the passive tree beyond extent. What they're doing is mostly making, let's pull up the passive tree. They're making, alright, so this one right here, it says 10% increased melee to physical damage. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I read the balance is that they're making it 12% increased melee physical plus 12 to life. And that 12 to life doesn't seem like a lot at the beginning, but it really is. That 12 life goes up on the scale every time you get a life node. So let's say you get that life node, then you get these. So 8% of your life plus that 12%. Not percent, sorry. Plus that 12 to life. Mostly it's going to make Duelists way more strong, like just way stronger. Kind of like how they buffed Templar, and Templar is just ridiculous right now. Like, look at this passive tree. Like, all these just elemental damage nodes are ridiculous. You can do some crazy builds with that. And I have some builds coming out soon with that. But so mostly about this, what I want to talk about with this whole new patching and everything is mostly how I think open beta went for GGG, which is Grinding Gear Games, who are the makers of this game. And if you don't know this game, it's an indie game, and indie stands for independent. So what that means is that it's their own company. This game only started out with 5 people in it, you know? And this is a huge step for them to go open beta and be successful as successful as they are. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm very proud of GG, how professional they're acting, and how just amazing it is. They've already beaten Diablo 3. Like, they've done laps around Diablo 3. Diablo 2, they still got some work to do to get there. But the reason why I love this game is, if you don't know about this game, you want to get into it, this is a passive tree, alright? And it's ridiculous. What I like about this game is, the thing about action RPGs is you're supposed to have customization over your characters. This passive tree gives you full customization. And for this build that I'm doing, that I'm going to be showing you guys today, it's called an EK Marauder. And Marauder is mostly the strength base, so mostly like a warrior in Diablo, just someone who just hacks and slash, right? And mostly, why I brought up that there's full customizations of this is I'm doing Eternal Knights, which is this skill right here. So the skill says, it fires an arc of knives in front of the caster, which deals physical damage. Now if you see the requirement for it, it's a dex and int requirement, which means Marauder is strength. So it's like, how am I using a dex and int skill if I'm a strength character? That's where the customization comes in. I pick up all these agility nodes, which are dexterity. I have one more right here. Then I start going down the duelist section, which is getting buffed, and there's all these dex nodes I'm picking up. So it makes me available to use Eternal Knives, which I'm very excited about. It's a great skill. The reason why I picked this skill is, let me go to the map area, which is called Eternal Laboratory. And I'll show you guys how much damage I'm doing with my buffs. I'm doing 2.7k, just no damage nodes at all. No damage nodes. And this is a great build because I have 5.4k health, right? With Vitality running. My health regen is at 261.8, and it costs me 170 mana. Well, I blood magicked my EK, so it cost me 170 life to use AK, but I over regenerate that, so it's like I'm not using any life, you know? And that's why I like this. And I also have 10.5k armor. Like, that's so much armor. It's ridiculous. So mostly what this build is I'll show you guys. You're gonna be able to mostly base tank everything and just one-shot shit. Like, once you hit Cruel and you can stabilize Eternal Knives, you're gonna be able to just kill shit like no other. So look at this, I'm just one-shotting everything. And if anything is close to me, I just regen the life. If you look on the bottom left over here, I can't, right here, you see my life go up and down. I use it, it goes right back up. It's a ridiculous skill. And I have no damage nodes, and I'm just doing this much damage. Reason why I recommend this build is it's not gear dependent at all. You can just pick up random stuff you find and have this build successful because all you need is spell damage and cast speed. Because Eternal Knives works off spell damage and cast speed. Now people tell me, like, well, don't you have to worry about physical reflect and everything like that because Eternal Knives does physical damage. So when you go to a physical reflect mob, it's going to reflect the damage you do. But there's a cool thing: if you have as much armor as I do, you have an estimated physical damage reduction, which for me it's 47%. So it takes the damage I do to them and divides it by 47%, and that's what returns to me, which isn't that much. So 2.7. Let's pull out a calculator here. So let's do 2700 rounded. Divide times 0.47 equals 1. So if I crit, it's 1.2k damage returns to me. That's not that much damage if I have 5.4 life with 261 regen. So if I divide that 261 divided by that 1269, I'm regening my life how much it hit every 4 seconds. So in 4 seconds, my whole life will be regenerated. It's a ridiculous build. Go back to town here. Mostly why I picked this as my first build to show you guys is that I think it's a very easy build. So mostly what I did, I came into this knowing Eternal Knives takes no damage nodes to make it very, very strong. So I said, okay, I'm gonna mostly focus on life and armor. So what I did is I started as Marauder. I just took these life nodes, which is a standard, and I came up and I got this elemental adaptation. Sorry about that. Which mostly in endgame it helps tremendously because it gives you 5% more resistance, which means that's 5% more chance that you're not going to get knocked out. I got that. Started getting these int nodes for the scepters, which is a weapon I use, which I'll explain later. These dex nodes for Eternal Knives. And I got these increased area effects and 5% reduced mana reserve because, as you see, I only blood magic, which is a skill right here. I only blood magic my Eternal Knives, so that means Eternal Knives is the only skill that uses my life. Everything else uses my mana pool. So that 5% reduction is going to help out a lot as I use my mana pool as my auras only. So after that, I came up to the Templar tree. It's got all their life nodes. I'm going to be getting this armor nodes. Got these shield nodes, which this one is great. It's 4% additional shield block chance with 20% increased defenses from equipped shields, which helps out a lot when you're trying to block stuff. And then you want these body and souls, which gives you elemental resistance. There's these fitness nodes you need to grab up, which gives you more life. This is a great one to get. It's called Divine Toughness. It boosts your life so much, so it gives you 18% increased maximum life. So let's say you have flat 1,000 life. It's going to add 180 life. That's a ridiculous amount. And mostly then I came down here and I got Inner Force, which makes 18% increased effect of buffs on you. You might be asking, why do I need that? Main reason why I need that is for my vitality. It grants me so much more life regen per second if I have that Inner Force. So mostly this build is very easy to start up on. It's a great build to start. I would definitely recommend it. A lot of people are doing this. It's definitely a flavor of the month, you would call it. Which I beg to differ. There's a lot more flavors of the month. I presume there's more. And it's mostly the gear you're going to want for this build is straight armor. Just armor. Is everything armor? with a scepter that has high spell damage, and if you can get it, you want cast speed. I believe my it does not have it, but mostly if you want an onyx that has spell damage on it too, or I mean not excuse me, not a spell damage, cast speed. That'll boost up your damage a lot. And you just want to focus on life, armor, and resist. Like if you look at my chest, I have armor, life, and 3 resist, which help out so much. So I feel this is a easy build to show you guys. I feel it's great for the first build for me on YouTube, get familiar with making videos and everything like that. If you guys have any questions, you can pop over to my stream. You can comment on this video. I'll be sure to comment back. You can send me a message, like my Facebook page to know when I'm streaming, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, everything like that. But I do stream every night. It's one of my hobbies I do. And you can come in. We have a great time. You'll be seeing videos on here about just random stuff that happens on the stream. Like sometimes I overreact on some things and it's just hilarious. I'll be posting those videos. And also I just want to kind of use this video as a quick guide and also to kind of introduce myself. I'm Cody. I go by Cthulhu. It's my gaming name. And mostly you might there's a famous guy who's playing this game called Cryptarian. And he's a play to win kind of guy, you know, and I race, I do all that, I do all the competitive stuff, but I play to have fun. I like getting people into the game, I like helping out people, I like doing all those things. So I'm here to entertain you guys. I'm not here to win races. I'm here to entertain. That's my goal with gaming and everything like that. And this game is ridiculously fun to watch and ridiculously fun to interact with, but it's a very hard game to get into as this right here, this passive tree. It's very hard to grasp your mind around it, and that's why I'm here, is to help you guys. So if you have any questions about builds, you can just send me a message again, go on my Twitch, ask me a question, anything like that. And I'll be doing 1 video per day. That's my goal. I have a full-time job, so it's going to be hard with streaming and doing YouTube videos, but that's just my thing. And I want to know from you guys from this video, what do you guys think would be great for your Path of Exile videos? Like just builds, or what do you guys want to see? Because I'm here to entertain you, you know? What do you guys want to see in this video? I just want to thank you guys for watching this again. And there'll be a link in the description for all my links for my what's it called? My social networks. And there'll be a link to the thread for this build. And the thread will be a lot more in-depth guide on sale about what kind of armor you need, how to play, your play style, your mapping style when you get to the late game, and like early game wise, and how to play. Mostly, I'm going to be doing a whole guide. So mostly, just want to say thank you and peace out. I'll be on another video tomorrow. Go and pop onto my stream if you guys want to get entertained and have some